Atiku Abubakar said that 2027 will be his final try at presidency. That if he does not win the presidency in 2027, he's done. He's no longer trying. He's no longer coming back. But my question is, why not now? Why is he waiting till 2027 to mess this country up again and to divide election, divide attention, and divide votes? Is Atiku not part of the problem we are facing in Nigeria? At the age of 79, Atiku is currently older than our current president, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. If President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is underperforming, Atiku will finish the country. Let's be honest to ourselves. I have not stopped saying it. Atiku Abubakar is one of the main reasons, or part of the reason, why we are in this problem today. Atiku Abubakar is the main reason why we are suffering with darkness in Nigeria. Today, Atiku Abubakar and Baba Olusegun Obasanjo squandered $16 billion meant for our electricity. Today, we are suffering because of people like Atiku Abubakar, like Nike. Just do it. If Atiku truly loved Nigeria, Atiku should have resigned long time ago and allowed somebody that the whole country, in fact, everybody in ADC today is only choosing one candidate. There's only one man in their mouth. Why don't you allow the people to make their choice? Why are you there with your money just to divide attention and to destroy democracy in Nigeria? Of what use will Atiku be to us as a president? Let's be honest ourselves. Everything we are suffering today, Atiku is part of it. These people privatized everything in Nigeria. Atiku privatized everything. Atiku is one of our problem as a country. Why would any reasonable and sensible Nigerian, if not because of tribalism and religious problem, why will anybody that have good head, that have functioning brain would want to go and vote Atiku Abubakar as the president of Nigeria? A 79 years old man. Atiku is going to be 80. What have you got to offer Nigeria that you did not offer us? For over 30 years, Atiku has been trying to be the president. He was the vice president for 8 years and you messed up the country, you messed up the economy, and you messed up our power system. You privatized everything that's led us into this darkness. It's a shame. Atiku needs to resign and retire with dignity and honor. At the age of 79, what else are you looking for? You have nothing to offer. You don't have anything to give. You are done for good. At that age, how many people will actually get to that age in good health? But here is Atiku. What else do you want? What power are you looking for? What would you do with it if not because of wickedness and greediness of man? Why would Atiku want to come out again to even open his mouth that he wants anybody to vote him in? This is wickedness and evil, man. This is evil. Atiku is an enemy of development in Nigeria. Atiku Abubakar is an enemy of Nigerian progress. Nigeria moving forward today, Atiku is against it. And that is the only reason why you still want to keep your political hopes alive come 2027. Because you are an enemy of a progressive Nigeria. Resign, Atiku, like Nike. Just do it. If you truly love Nigeria, resign. Go. Go. At the age of 80, what do you have to offer? Atiku will be worse than our current president today. Atiku will be worse. This is a man that privatized everything. Atiku privatized everything. We've had rumors linking Atiku with Mecano generator. We've had rumors linking Atiku with a lot of things. And if you see the way Nigeria has been going since 1999, in fact, from 1999 to 2007, the way Nigeria was, you can tell that Atiku is part of our problem. Up to today, no one is asking the question. What happened to the $16 billion? Former vice president Atiku moves like a head of state. And you're telling me he owns business. Which businesses? What business has he got? That he's rich in billions, rich in different currencies. What business is he doing? What is he doing? These people are evil, man. These people are demonic and evil. Corrupt mindset. You really want to finish the country before you join your ancestors. Atiku is worse than Tinubu. He will be worse than Buhari. Atiku will be worse. That privatization mentality of Atiku will finish the country.
Let's take the conversation to the obedience movement, the perspective of the obedience movement, where you are one of the leaders in the movement and you are known or face very familiar around former Anambra State Governor Peter Obi. You are one of his associates that has spoken oftentimes on his behalf. Supporters of the former Anambra State Governor have been very clear that the ADC ticket should be zoned to the south. In fact, I remember one of your interviews earlier this year, you said when Obi joined, he's not coming in to demand for the ticket on a platter, but the obedient movement has consistently been saying that there should be respect for zoning, the presidency ticket of the ADC will be zoned to the south in line with rotation principle. How do you reconcile that position with the Atiku Abubakar's insistence that he will contest regardless of zoning?
Thank you very much. Thank you, Martin. Everybody in this country can recall vividly what happened after the demise of Ebadua. A team come up, what we can see the northern, including Atiku Abubakar, as championing that cause to demand for a one-term for Jonathan to step aside because of the turn of the north. And when they couldn't get it in 2011, he contested with Jonathan, and he didn't get it. In 2015, he aligned himself, left his party to the party of APC.
Yes.
And he said that he's leaving the party purposely because of the zoning issue. It's supposed to be the time of the north. That's what he said. And then he went into APC and contested against Buhari.
And said Kwankwaso, yes.
And he came third. He didn't even come second. Maybe Mr. Habib is trying to be a little bit diplomatic with his response when you ask him to go direct talk about it. He don't want to mention what happened in 2014 primaries. But actually, Kwankwaso came second with all what you can see. So now where we are today, people look at him because he wanted to do that. And when Buhari do his first time by 2019, when they went to their meeting, that's the same argument that he made, saying that he's supposed to go for his last. And then do that in 2019, he says his last chance to participate because it's the time of the north, so he can go against Buhari. And everybody step aside for him to do so. So I think coming to this time of the day, what Obedient are saying and what Nigerians are saying is that we try as much as possible to have decorum in this country. We have to have respect for each other. God has created us to be in one country, and also the principle of zoning, which he said invested in his party when he was there in the party, really works for us, and it's really good to give a sense of belonging to everybody, because us up here in the are aware that even when God asks us that you can marry from 2, 3, or 4, at the end he said that you have to give justice, because at the end somebody has to feel belongs to be part of it. Because even in your house, your children, if you isolate one of them and he's not feeling too comfortable for being called as a member of that family, definitely he's going to cause trouble for you. That's why we are today. So I think what Atiku Abubakar has not realized is that all eyes is on him. He is supposed to be the guy, the kingmaker. He's supposed to be that leader. At that age, he didn't need to do this running for him to fix what is a very strong and complex system that we have in Nigeria that needs energy for a leader to go around the country, look at what is happening to Nigerians and things like that. And also this combination, as he said, if you want to remove an incumbent president, he knows, everybody knows, you need organic followership, court-like. People that you don't have to give them anything. And this is what Kwankwaso and also the Obedient movement have. You don't have them. Anybody that is going to be on the structure of an existing party. But these people have already contesting election on a stand-alone party. Like the Labour Party.
If I may come in here, a lot of people are saying, what exactly is the Obedient movement afraid of? If you claim that you have this organic followership, why don't you want the process that the ADC as a party has said it's going to have? Why don't you allow it to go through and see if your principal is as popular as you think he is? Luckily for you, you have INEC saying that parties must do direct primary. Is that not the place? Is that not the first place that your principal should be testing his popularity first?
Fantastic. That's what we're hoping for. That's what we want to. But we have respect for elders. Atiku by next year he's going to be 80. I don't want him with the struggle that he has been doing from 1992 to this day since that we defeated him. No, it's not going to look good on him. Definitely, you know he's not going to win.
Are you saying you're asking him to leave so that he doesn't be...
We are giving him a soft landing for him to take that stage where he will look good in the eyes of all Nigerian young people and hail him and hail him so that his name can be used by his children and grandchildren. That's what we're hoping for him. That's why we said it's good for him to look at. In Hausa, we are saying that that's timing is everything in politics. This time is the time of the South. Number 2, the age is not on his side. Number 3, we have a very good cult-like movement, organic movement in Kwankwaso and in Obedient movement. So the things are not working on his favor. So if you are at that level, I think some people are not telling him what they're supposed to tell him, people that are around him.
If I may come in here, you are saying, sorry, if I may, you're saying you are trying to do the former vice president a favor so that he is not embarrassed at the primary. But he has insisted. Yes, he has insisted that Let everybody come out and test his popularity. Why don't you just let it be? Why are you still insisting? Because the conversation on social media today was very toxic.
That one is another trap entirely. Let me tell you, no party on his right senses will go into primaries 8 months, direct primaries 8 months. It's like, do you know how much INEC budgeted for the next election? 800 billion.
Yes.
So tell me, if you go into direct primaries, do you know the type of cost of that party? And it's
On the primary, on the election.
So what we are trying to avoid is that we talk to ourselves. We can talk to ourselves. We have parties that are in this coalition that already zoned their listen to the south.
Yes.
That the Labour Party, they are working with them. They zone their listen. The part of PDP we are talking to, they zone their listen. Even APC that we are talking to, some members are joining us, they zone to the south. So I think it's something that we have to tell him, Oga, look at where we are today. You can be the hero of these young people. 75% of all the population of Nigeria are young people. They want to see a new Nigeria. They want somebody that will excite them to come out from their universities, to come and register and vote. They want somebody with energy. Look at, did you see Peter Obi today playing football? They want somebody that look like them, somebody that.
But some Nigerians, if I may comment, some Nigerians still believe that what we actually lack is not the physicality of the leader, but the experience and the guts to go ahead and do the right thing, and that is what the former vice president for them represents.
No, I didn't agree with that. What we really need in this kind of complex Nigeria, where bombs are taking place that are going off in Borno, and the same evening is taking place in Kwara, I think we need a president that can go to 3 or 4 states in a day. That's what we need.
But on this zoning issue, if I may,
it fits for him to give us exactly what we are demanding. These young people, they are saying they have internet now, and they can now realize and see how President Tinubu has spent almost half of the year outside the country than staying in the country. And most of the time that he's going out, he will just cover it that he's going to visit something. But everybody knows that he's been sick and being well and being sick, because old age is a reality. In Islam, it's called even like Rawni akan Rawni. That means it is weakness upon weakness. Everybody knows. We are all old. We can see how they walk. We can see how they eat. We can see how they move. Some of them, I know at the time that some of my friends went to see some of these leaders. They will tell you that you can't see them. They are sleeping, because sleeping is prescribed as part of their medicine to sleep.
Yes. Mr. If I may come in here on the zoning issue. Just a moment, please. Just a moment. On the zoning issue, some of the criticism that have been coming, not necessarily from the camp of the former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, but even independent analysts and political scientists, is that the issue of zoning is not really democratic, that you should give open field for everybody to contest. And whoever comes, and if you listen to the interview by the former Vice President yesterday, he never said he's not going to support. In fact, he specifically said whoever comes out as the winner of whatever process is adopted, either consensus or the direct primary, is willing to support. Why is the obedience still insisting that it should be given a la carte to Peter Obi?
We never asked for anything a la carte. I just make a simple explanation to you. That direct primary that you are seeing is a booby trap for them not to allow us to have a good election.
Booby trap by who?
If somebody has been, I know even you, the journalists, have been pushed by the government narrative to push us so that we are not going. And we can tell you that we are not going.
Are you saying is the government that is setting this booby trap, or is it the party?
Then let me tell you, we are going, as Atiku told you yesterday, our primary objective is to have a consensus.
Okay.
And we are going to put that consensus. Atiku said it yesterday. And we have all believe that is the easiest way for the party. It's not giving somebody a carte, but in order to maintain the party to go into the 2027 election against Tinubu. Yes. So we will not exhaust our energy just trying to do campaign and win election at the primaries. What is the primaries? Anybody can win primaries. If we don't want primaries here, we can go to another small party and we will not have primaries. So a primary is not something that somebody can just put us and say we must do, because that's what the government wants to do, we must do. But what we are happy with today is that we have the Kwankwaso that comes to our rescue. And then I said months ago, I said once Kwankwaso joined with Obedient, we're already going to have one of the most loudest, energetic campaign to root and incumbents. That's what we need. That's what the party wants. ADC wants to win election. They are not just going to need to win primaries. So we can't waste our energy, waste our talent, waste our pigment, waste everything in just trying to get somebody that can get primaries. No, we can't do that. Nobody can do this wayo and the babu for us. And we know why they remove it from the they put it in the electoral act. So we are not going that way. What we are going is this consensus. And this consensus we are going to look for somebody that is competent, that have compassion, that have character, that have the reach, somebody that can go around, somebody that can energize the young people to defend their board, one, to register for PPC and defend their board. People that work with technology to understand what we want to send the message to them and how they will send the message back for us to be in Nigeria. So I think the timing is good. And I love Atiku Abubakar to finish in a very good note, where young people will worship him. They will see him as a kingmaker, somebody that has set the direction for Nigeria to take herself back from this from the APC, which was going to be a fantastic story for him if they are writing. But if he goes into anything and goes and then at the end his name was written that he's been beaten at the last, so it's not going to be good for him and it's not going to be good for his followers. And I know a lot of his followers that are aligning with this system.
Yes.
We need energetic, court-like followership. People that cannot be bought. Because for example, if it's a people, he's going to get it's a structure that he needs, and he has to go to get people that are going to be
if I mean,
at what level. And maybe we pay, but we want our own true obedience to participants.
Yes. Maybe we should just go a little bit down the memory lane. This political romance, so to say, that is being talked about now by the obedient movement, that is between Peter Obi and Kwankwaso, did not start this year, it did not start last year. Leading to 2023 election, there was this talk that both of them should come together, and the former Kano governor refused at that time to be the vice president on the ticket. At this point, what is giving the obedient, what is giving you, what is giving your principal the assurance that Kwankwaso is going to take the vice president? Is there any gentleman agreement on ground? Is Kwankwaso brought into ADC by some strong individuals and to convince Obi to run on the ticket? Is there any agreement?
I can tell you. Habib is trying to be politically correct, so he's not trying to tell you. I can tell you categorically is yes. They have talked not once, not twice, not three times. They have said we are already arranging our system. Soon you will see the summit between Obedient and Kwankwaso.
Are you saying? Are you saying that Obi Kwankwaso has agreed to be the vice presidential running mate to Atiku to Peter Obi?
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
Very well. Yes, that's what he said. That's what everybody, we all know. Habib knows it. I know that everybody that is in our camp is aware of it. Everybody that is in the camp of Kwankwaso is aware of that.
There are allegations that this ticket, so to say, is being sponsored by a former president of the country, who will not need to mention his name, and that the idea is to just not support Atiku, and that there is plan that if they don't get it on ADC, that you are moving to another party. What essentially is the motive? Is it just to defeat the incumbent or just to stop Atiku from getting it?
Okay, let me tell you, because few people on this part of the journalists, let me give you, as I talk to you today, now it's just 20 minutes to 9 o'clock. As I talk to you today, it may be raining somewhere, but I can bet you there is a lot of Nigerians that are what? That are inside the bush as kidnapped with the kidnappers. Some women are being raped as we talk now, as I talk. Some roads have already been blocked. Some military men are now repelling bandits and Boko Haram in Borno or in Sokoto and other places. There is more than 1 million people, as I talk to you now, that are in IDPs in their own country. These people are praying.
Yes.
They are asking God for their help. So it's not about what we are bickering here. It's about what God wants to do for them. So He will align us. When He was aligning them in 2014,
you didn't answer my question.
That at the Aswaju will work with Buhari, Aswaju will work with Nasuri. You know how the enmity between these people, but they work together because God wants to remove PDP. So at the same time now, we don't have any
sorry,
issue with anybody.
Alhaji Abdulkarim, the question Nigerians are asking, which I put to you and I really want you to address, is that is this Obi Kwankwaso ticket permutation, is it strictly just to frustrate the presidential ambition of former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, and that this is being sponsored by a former president who is against this ambition?
It would never be like that. It would never be. We were not small people. If you see David Mark, he has achieved everything in his life. Everything, I can tell you. He was a Senate president, a governor, a minister, everything. I don't think he will come to a position where somebody wants to use him just to frustrate somebody. No, you are taking too low on them. Look at Erebesola, a minister, a governor, a commissioner, he has achieved everything. You can't think of them coming together just to come and belittle somebody. No. If we are doing politics, let's talk politics. What we are trying to do and what we are interested in doing is that to give the best ticket that can energize young people, energize the base, make people do it and win election against the incumbent. That's what we want to do. The person, if you even call Obasanjo, Obasanjo is looking at who will win. If he know, let me tell you, I always have this conversation, and I know Peter Obi will always say, he look at the chances. He's not looking at, he say, if I know I'm not winning, I will not contest. He always tells, He said, if we're not seeing the polls, we're not seeing this thing that he's winning, he will not come. Even Kwankwaso himself, that's what he said. He said, if I know Obi will pull the number of 6 million that time, I will have accepted to be his vice in 2020.
Yes. Let's pivot a little outside the zoning. Okay, maybe just finish that thought. You can finish the thought.
Yeah. So what we intend to do is that we are trying to be realistic. We don't want to just grab power. We don't want to just remove Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. We want to bring workers, people that are known for young people. Look at Kwankwaso. Look at what Habib is saying. Up to today, you will see Kwankwaso people that are going on his scholarship. Up to yesterday and today, you see Peter Obi giving out money to nursing schools, Almaty and others. These are people that people know and believe in them, that they are there for the masses. And they don't want any bourgeois around them. They want somebody that they are like them. So that's why they have this call for worship. These young people in Obida movement think that and believe that Peter Obi can fix this country. The people that are following, what's his name? They believe that he will fix this country. And we now see that these two combinations will give us the fire and the energy that we need for us to remove the incumbent.
Yes, talking about the combination and the result expected from this. And also moving away from the zoning argument, these developments is already raising intense online clashes between supporters of Peter Obi and supporters of former Vice President Atiku Abubakar. But the figures that came from 2023 election indicates that either side needs the other side. Even if the Peter Obi supports, you are denying that? You don't think you need the side of the former Vice President Atiku Abubakar? Looking at the figures from the 2023 election, former Vice President got almost 7 million votes. Former Vice President get almost 7 million votes. Your principal got about 6 million votes or so, about 6.1 million. And Rabi Musa Kwankwaso got about 1 point something million votes. Are you saying that just the votes of your principal and that of Kwankwaso is enough to defeat the incumbent? You don't need the Vice President? Is that what you're saying?
No, what we are saying right from the beginning, we said, we want him to be the king maker, to come and show the direction and being a leader. That's what I said. I remember vividly, that's what I said from the beginning. I said we don't want him to go into this arena of go to direct primaries with him, blah, blah, which we know we are still going to win. But what we are saying is that if, Habib just explained this to you, if you give Peter Obi PDP and give Atiku Abubakar Labour Party in 2023 election, Atiku will not get the vote that Peter Obi garnered on the Labour Party. And Peter,
is that a fact or is just a supposition?
Is that the number of?
Do you have facts to support that, or is that a supposition?
What
I'm saying, do you have facts to support that Vice President does not have his own organic voters?
What we're saying is that if you see people that have organic followership and also they prove themselves on a smaller parties, that's what I'm telling you. On a smaller parties without a governor. You understand? But to put 1.5 billion vote in NMPP.
Yes.
And also what we think is that if we are coming this time around, understand, what we need to tell them clearly is that it's not that we don't need them, but we want them to understand we need a president that will work. We just don't want to just anoint somebody to be a president and just be in the villa and give directives, because it happens during Buhari and we didn't get anywhere out of where we are. It happens during Tinubu now and we are not getting anything. So we can't make the third mistake again. What we need to do is that we bring a ticket, as Habib is now said in Kwankwaso, a ticket that will bring the two parts of the country together, bringing the south and the north together. We need a unity. Peter Obi used to call it unity for prosperity. This we really need this leadership. We really need to work together. It's very important for the country. This unity that people are taking it for granted, that's the stepping stone for us to go to where we want to go as a developed country. We can develop ourselves if we hate each other, if we are going against each other, if we are just talking. But what we need to do is that this comfort that we are giving each other, okay, this is time for the north, and this is time for the great. And that's why some of us are even against the Muslim ticket, because we are a country of everybody. Let's see, give each one of us a sense of belonging, because it will help the country to move forward. So that's what we are asking for. So I'm not saying that we don't need them, but we want them to see reason that we are doing this thing for the betterment of this country. And the people that you see in the Kwankwaso movement and the people that are seen as obedient, they just patriotic Nigerians. It's not that because they hate Atiku or they hate his the way he looks. No, that's not the problem. What the problem is that they don't want to get the way we did during Buhari, get this incumbent government out and put somebody that we know is not going to give us exactly what these young people are dreaming and what they want to have. Because if you come and contest election for for almost 30 or 40 years. Definitely you have associates, you have people that will come to to claim that's your victory. If you have a large family, it's going to affect you, and if you have age problem, it's going to affect you. So there's a lot of things that is not working for Mr. Atiku Abubakar at this moment. It's time. That's the time when
as we begin to round up, if I may just take this question to you.
He can do a lot of things. Now it's not his time.
If you may just respond to this as we begin to round up. Looking at the exchanges that we saw on social media since yesterday, continuing to today, it's been very, very volatile, so to say, between these two camps. Is there, if zoning arrangement is not able to be settled on, and this matter goes into consensus and consensus does not work, and they have to go into direct primaries, is the obedient movement at any point considering compromising, maybe for the success of the coalition, for the success of the opposition? Because a lot of people are saying that the exchanges already online now is already showing signs of cracks between and among the leaders of the coalition. So is there any stage you can get to that you compromise?
Listen, we don't have any issue now. People of Atiku, people said our principal is the vice principal, is the vice president candidate to them. It's an insult to us. Our candidate or our principal is not going around the world to come and be a vice president candidate for somebody. He's not going to ADC to be the vice president of anybody. Us that we are registering as obedient, we are not registering for him to come and be a vice president candidate for anybody.
So are you saying there won't be any compromise? Is that what you're saying?
I have seen, and we now have seen another group, because we are not working with them. They don't like us, we don't like them, and they don't want to compromise, we don't want to compromise. Then we have somebody that came, that natural, and the natural love, well, in between the two of us, that's the Kwankwaso. And we said, so, if we can work with this one, why not? If I go to your house and you reject me, and your neighbor now said, welcome, Ibrahim, let's have a meal, well, we enter. So what we are doing is that we're looking for what best for our candidate, what best for us for Nigerians, because we not want to have a country. Kuma, this is a primary time. If you are watching American primaries, that's how it works. In the last mayor of New York, now what happened? Even Kumo left and become independent candidate because he still want to contest. But when this guy defeated him in the Democrat, so that's how it works. It's the democracy. In democracy, people are free. We are free to say Peter Obi wants to be president. It's free for them to say Atiku wants to be president. Compulsory will come say they are okay with what they want to get from the arrangement. Everybody has something that he wants to offer, and everybody has something that he wants to collect. But what we think is that because of the lifestyle of Senator Kwankwaso and the lifestyle of Mr. Peter Obi are affordable for Nigeria. We know how they live, we know how they eat, we know how they work, and the young people are saying that if you go close to these people, a lot of people that don't know anybody, they don't have any godfather, they don't have anything, can become somebody without knowing anybody. So these are the things that is motivating all of us to be around these people. And we see that they are coming together, one from the south, one from the north. At least the ticket is not going to be toxic. The ticket is going to give us a lot of ginger. We are going to do a lot of work together. You see from the CRN people, you see us from the southern part of the country. Everybody will work together. This is the life that we want to bring to that campaign. And it's because of the campaign to remove an incumbent. It's not supposed to be flat like 2019. It's supposed to be very, very energetic like 2014, 2015. That's what we are asking for. And we think this marriage can give us that. So if they are not happy, I know that's why they are not happy with the coming of Kwankwaso into the party. If they will dash him out to APC, I know definitely they can dash him out to APC. But now the reality is in front of us. He's in ADC and he wants to work with Mr. Peter Obi. Mr. Peter Obi wants to work with him. Obedient wants to work with Kwankwaso. Kwankwaso wants to work with Obedient. So this is where we are today.
Yes, you said. Sorry, if I may.
We can work together. They are our friends. We are going to save Nigeria together. But if you don't like us,
yes, if I may just come in, if I may come in, a lot of people are saying, independent people that are sitting by the corner and watching are saying that these big bags that is being exchanged, the salvos being exchanged between your group, your camp, and that of the former Vice President Atiku Abubakar is doing the opposition no good. If anything, it shows that you are playing to the hands of the ruling APC. You could see the statement by the presidency, the spokesman to the president, to the Nanuga. In one part, he said Obi should vote out. Are you not inadvertently weakening the opposition's chances with these exchanges, these bitter exchanges online?
It works now, but after it works, we still go. When we doing what the MAGA, they were so volatile against the Republican people. But after everything, they sit together and win election. That's how it works. We just can't use that and start romancing and start saying, no, we have to sell our candidate. the idea of this kind of project is that come and sell it. Go and see our timeline. We are selling our candidate. Now we have another candidate that have joined us, and we put together to sell all of them together.
Yes.
We are going to keep on selling the ticket up to the day that we are going to end to whatever arrangement he wants to do. And we have to
Elijah Ibrahim, time is not on our side. Yeah, time is not on our side. Just in one word, yes or no. Will the obedience compromise if zoning is not? Yes or no? As we round up.
No. We didn't say zoning. We say we will compromise.
You will compromise.
If the party compromise.
All right.
So
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.